You're live here with Civil Rights Justice for All, and we're going to continue to show you this portion of the video due to the purpose that people are asking for a better facial front, so we can see the officers who are the corporates in action. So this is David A. Ramos, and this is George Lofton. And over here, hanging out, smiling as usual, we got Mr. Tim Monetary. Yep. Alright. We got some interesting information I'd like to share with you guys here. It's important that we talk about Mr. Snyder. Mr. Snyder, after doing a little more research and beating the bushes a little bit, I found out that Mr. Snyder in the records department is actually an officer. He was an officer, retired cop, that is now working in the civilian section of the records department and is over the records department. So that number that they have for this year, that's such a beautiful number, the 843, the useful force claims that was complaints, and they only ended up with one. That's because we had some very interesting work done in the good old records department. Mr. J.F. Snyder, aka Mr. Junior, was an officer. Now he's cleaning up all the dirty mess that all the other officers do, so the police department can have a perfect record. And with that information, I would like to say, not all police officers are bad, okay? We're just going to deal with the animals that we got to deal with in this segment. So not everybody's bad. So I'm going to start off by saying that. It's not a hate the cops for any reason, but this is definitely a let's get these guys out of the picture. All right? All right, this is them ushering me out of the building. Got me a little bit. Being ushered out of the building at this moment. All right, now while I'm being ushered out, he's having a great time over here with his other officer friend here. Oh, there's Mr. Snyder. Mr. Snyder. Take a pause for this commercial break for a second. For the sake of time, we'll speed it up. Okay, so here we go. So while we're speeding it up, because you guys seen a lot of this here, but we need to see this this ex-brother in blue right here get down with his style. Here we go. He's really animated too. Alright, so at this portion of the deal, I'm outside, being forced outside now. Actually giving me the 1-2 deal. Alright. Really know what he's doing. And this play definitely is what he designed. Mr. Snyder, he developed the play, and that's what all is going to happen at this moment. Didn't figure it all out at first, but here we go. What's going on at this point is he's figuring out, Mr. Snyder right here already figured out what he's going to tell these two clowns, or these three, the three stooges to do. So Larry, Curly, and Moe here, they're getting instructions from Mr. Junior right here, who's pointing out the cameras because he's in control of all that stuff, right? Of course, you guys know this information. So anything you get, any records you receive out of the records department, he's going to destroy it. Point at those cameras. He's going to destroy it. So they're going to have an impeccable record all the way around the board. And that's why you have such a perfect record with St. Petersburg Police Department. They have one useful force case in 2019. I was arrested twice in 2020, and both of the charges were dropped in less than a month. So I think those numbers are cooked. And over here, we got some more named individuals. This is Detective Deloach. Found out a little information on him. And of course, you know Mrs. Oh man, this is definitely not a detective. We're not even gonna call her name out. She's a nobody. If you're gonna hold a badge up and see law getting the silver justice getting broken like that and celebrate in that manner, we don't even want to identify you. We want to get the real thugs over here. All right. All right. So, and of course, if you look at Mr. Lofton, see that piece of paper right there? That's the piece of paper that I was supposed to get from Mr. Monetary right there as his identification, because he wouldn't give me his information when I asked him the whole time he engaged with me. So Lofton wrote his name down and took it back from me outside. I got all that footage too. That's what we'll put up next. A lot of stuff outside, because I know everybody wants to see what's going on out there. Wants to see what's going on outside. Okay. All right. So we got all these players. These are the people you need to arrest. Not all the police are bad, but all of these people right here are definitely jailmates to some criminals in any prison coming near you. They could definitely fit in there real good. Now, for the sake of time, we'll speed this up. All right, I'm going to pick this up because I'm pretty sure everyone is not in the loop of what's going on right now. I'm making that 911 call on the video that you'll see. How long is that video, bro? It's about 10 minutes long. I think it's about 8. It's an 8-minute long video. I'm making a phone call, of course, to speak to the major here, who's looking out of the window, was calling the detectives to come watch me be arrested by these 3 thugs outside. And while I'm handcuffed, of course, you know, they're assaulting me while I'm on the ground. And to get a better view, this is what's going on the inside. She's holding up the badge as a display of honor through a celebratory acts of their control in the police department. And that's what happens when you come to get the records. And the reason for coming to get the records, because everyone wants to know how this all began before we go to the outside portion. The reason of getting the records was January 30th, 2020. I was arrested for merely witnessing a young lady being arrested. And while I was being arrested, while she was being arrested, I became the person that they decided to not only use force against, but they decided to follow me to the jail, also have me assaulted at the jail by the guards. And I will say his name, Sergeant Morton and Sergeant Mitchell at this Pinellas County Jail. Your video is coming up next. All right, so while I was arrested at the jail, they had me beat up, all that good stuff. Upon coming back to get my records after they dropped the charge, they gave me the wrong disc for my records because they were screwing stuff up. The charges were dropped, so they gave me the wrong information. Upon getting the right information, I discovered all of this stuff was going on. And so here we now. So Take a little pause for a break. I'll get you guys outside. Okay, I'm speeding it up here. And soon we'll have, you know who coming back out. Should be coming out of this soon. I can get to this video outside. Yeah, alright. Okay, here she goes. Alright, here goes Miss Patricia Hubbard, aka the high schooler. Alright, so while I was outside, she was laughing the first time, of course. Now she's working her phones. We need to get the records on those phones, of course. And we need to figure out why couldn't she come outside and stop what was happening instead of letting it perpetuate. And we really need to figure out why Officer Tatum is taking this long to arrest her and all of her corporates. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and sign this one off. She's trying to figure out what to do. Yep, got to get a lawyer, baby. You're going to jail. Mm-hmm. All right. Right by the Courageous 12. That's the photo. That's the little. You need to do a documentary on the Courageous 12. Can't get a good shot of it. Yeah. All right. Next video coming. We're going outside. So catch me outside. How about that?